I talk a lot about the time freedom that you can get when you really crush it in the online space. When you step into the space, learn the skills, apply the skills, and start creating time and financial freedom. And really, it's a case of first of all, you're creating financial freedom to bring it to a point, to scale it to a point that you can then replace your current job where you're trading your time for money. And I don't know your circumstances. Maybe you're working 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week. I was that person. I was working 70 plus hours a week not that long ago. And to now have built up my online business to replace that salary, it was a no brainer. And I did that within my first 6 months. And then I committed full time to this. I quit my job and I committed full time to my online journey. And I've never looked back. And I now have this thing they call time freedom, where I get to do the things that I want on my terms. And it's just completely different. I talk a lot about running automated systems that work for you. And I literally spend 3 or 4 hours a day on that. I could spend actually less, but I enjoy it. I help a lot of members by coaching and different things. But I don't have to do that. I could work even less. And it's just extraordinary. Mondays are now one of my favorite days. Here I am on a Monday. Lots of people in traffic headed to work. And my life is not mind shattering. It's not flashy. I get to go out running every morning. And, I love that. That's one of my really happy places. I do my 10K walk, run, and then I hit the gym, hit the sauna. And, I jump onto my laptop usually about 11 a.m. or 12. And that compared to being stuck in traffic, headed to a job for years that was making me physically anxious, you can't put a price on that. You really cannot put a price on that. So, and I know, here's the thing, I know it can be scary. Change is always scary. And believe me, I was 52 when I started. It was really, really scary. But I also knew that if I did not do something about it, that nothing was ever going to change. And if I'm being honest, I was finding reasons not to do it. I'm too old. I'm not computer savvy enough. It's going to take too much investment. There's so much scammy stuff going on online. I mean, I was that person. I was coming up with 101 reasons not to do it. But my desire, it was important enough to me to create change in my life that I just pushed through each one of those. And so here's what I'd say to you, regardless of what the reason is why you're holding back on this. And I don't know many videos you've seen or how much of my journey you've seen, but there's something holding you back. You're going to need to work through that. And if there's something that's preventing you from doing it, if this is important enough for you, if you need change in your life, you're going to find a way to do it. It's that simple. I'm going to give you an example just to illustrate that. Thankfully, I'm very healthy. I live a healthy lifestyle. But if I went to the doctors today for a checkup and the doctor came back after seeing my test with a very serious, solemn look in his face, and said, "Leo, I got some really bad news for you. We found something that's life threatening. And unless you make radical change to your life, you're going to be gone in the next 6 months. If you do make that radical change starting today, most probably you're going to live for 10, 20, 30, 40 decades more. But it's up to you. You have to choose to make the lifestyle switch. You're going to need to change your lifestyle, your diet, your exercise, your routine. You're going to need to cut this out, cut that out. Take a wild guess. If that's you, what are you going to do? If you don't do anything, in 6 months you're gone. And if you do it, you're going to live for decades to come. I think you know the answer, right? You're going to make those changes. Even though if I was to say to you today, change your lifestyle, get healthier, get fit, cut out the junk food, cut out the booze, whatever it is that your vices are, cut them out. Would you do it? And you say, yeah, maybe next week. Yeah, maybe I'll get to it. But if it's important enough to you, you're going to do it. You're going to find a way to fit in getting exercise even while you're working your job. Your job all of a sudden is not as important as it was because it's actually going to be cutting into your health and your wealth. So you're going to find a way to live a more healthier life. Simple as that. And that's what I encourage you to do in this space. However long you've been following my journey, there's something holding you back. And the longer that holds you back, the longer it is before you get started learning, applying, and growing, and the longer it is before you're going to start hitting your goals. So, listen, we're in the middle of May, 2023. There's absolutely no reason, exactly like me, there's no reason within the next 6 months you cannot be doing full time online marketing, replacing your salary, creating your time freedom, and living a lifestyle that you're dreaming about up until now, but that it is possible. I'm living proof that it's possible. If this didn't work, I wouldn't still be doing this close to 3 years later. It does work, but you have to put in the work. You have to believe in it, and you have to create the circumstances to make it work. So I'm going to leave it with that. I'm so passionate about this, as you see, because I now get to experience a lifestyle that I dreamt about for years. I was very unhappy in my previous job. Now, Monday is one of my favorite days of the week. I want you to experience that, but you also need to help yourself. I cannot do that for you. So I'm going to leave it at that. Would love to hear your thoughts and comments as always, but take a leap of faith. Follow me. Come hang out in my space and see the magic that can happen if you're willing to step into it. So at the description, if you're watching this on YouTube, in the description, there's going to be a link to get started. You'll see in the description, get started here. Right below that, there's going to be a link. Grab that link. It'll take you over to how you begin to get started. And it's a no-brainer. It's the cost of dinner out. And you even get a 30-day refund if for any reason you don't like it. So it's like, I don't know what more I could do for you. So go ahead and grab that link, check it out. If you're watching this on email, you'll see a big blue box, also with the words get started here, to get yourself set up. Come hang out with me. You will thank yourself for years to come for making that decision. And I hope you do. I hope to see you inside. And as always, thank you so much for watching.